Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, and I'm doing another big green egg cook today. It's a hot summer day. The kids are at the pool, the wife is at the pool, so now this is my chance to do some real serious cooking. So, what I am making today is smoked salmon. It is very easy to make, and it is about the most delicious thing you can cook on a big green egg. So, here's how to do it. Get yourself some fillets, and you might as well get a lot because you can cook a lot of salmon on the big green egg and you can freeze it and save it. And so smoked salmon is good for a meal, but it's also good if you want to keep some for appetizers. You put it on a cracker with some cucumber and some cream cheese or something like that, and there's nothing better. All you have to do is you need to get about a half a cup of salt, a cup of brown sugar, and that's your dry brine. And that's going to pull a lot of the moisture out of the salmon. And so you just want to take the fillets and mix up the salt and the brown sugar together and just rub it all over the salmon fillets. If you want, you can put in some black pepper, you can crush up some bay leaves if you want a little more flavor. But at a very minimum, all you need is the brown sugar, and it's like a kosher salt or a canning salt's fine. And then wrap it in saran wrap and let it chill in a refrigerator for 8 hours. The next day, take it out, and what you're going to want to do is rinse off all that salt and sugar that you've put on, and you need to get all the excess off because it's absorbed a lot of it, it's pulled the moisture out, but you don't want your salmon to be really salty. So rinse it off. If you think you've rinsed all the salt off, rinse it again. You want to make sure you get a lot of that salt out because you don't want your salmon to be too salty. After that, put it back in the refrigerator for a couple hours. And what's going to happen is the salmon fillets develop what's called a pellicle. It's like this fat that comes out of the meat, and that's what absorbs the smoke when you put it in the big green egg. So that part is really important. And how you know if that pellicle's formed is that the meat will be very tacky. So you can put your hands on it and you can touch it and it'll be kind of sticky and tacky. But that is very important. Your salmon will not be as smoky unless you make sure you get that pellicle formed. So then get your green egg at about 180 degrees. And here's a really interesting trick. I'm going to show you the meat here. So one of the tricks here, if you see the meat, it's getting kind of a red color to it, but I'm sitting it on lemons. And so what sometimes happens is if you get that salmon on the grill, it'll stick. And cedar planks are good because it adds flavor, but the cedar planks are expensive. So I just cut up these lemon slices, put the salmon on top of the lemons, and not only does it absorb some of that citrus, but it's a heck of a lot cheaper than a cedar plank. So it'll come off the grill really nice and clean, and you'll get a little sweet citrusy to it. And all you have to do is put it in with whatever wood chunk you enjoy most. I've got it in with hickory, but something like a strong wood, like a mesquite, is good as well. Put it in there for 4 to 5 hours and you just let it cook. Let it cook low and slow, and it has to be at least 160 degrees on the inside to make sure it's done, but if you cook it for 4 or 5 hours, it's going to get plenty done. And the longer you leave it in there with the wood chunks, the better the flavor is going to be. So that's all there is to it. So I put it in about 1 o'clock. It should be done about 5 o'clock, and it's going to be absolutely delicious. I will take some pictures of it and post them here so you can see them, but that's all there is to smoking salmon on the big green egg.